want to become a professional artist slash animator, and so as summer rolled around and my schedule disappeared, I decided that now was a better time than ever to start working on my dreams. I've already created a world and designed characters, but I made a pretty big blunder in not making proper character sheets for them. While I'm no expert in them, I think I can make a mean character sheet if needed, so let's start. I did this live, completely skipping the basics and going straight to the more fun things like drawing. I think instead of drawing their actual rooms or whatever, it would be much more productive to draw how they impact the environment around them. We'll start with Sylvie since she's my main character. You may have actually noticed that she's my profile picture. I've already made quite a few prints of her, so her environment sheet was the most prepared out of all of them from the get-go, except I accidentally broke hers. Sylvie, she does not live okay. So that was fun. I think for her drawing, I want to show how she has seeds coming out of her cape, leaving wildflower meadows everywhere she goes. Her drawing was definitely the best one, since I'm most sure of her character out of all of them. However, don't yell at me, but this did take 40 minutes. I really need to speed up my process. For my other drawings, they took exponentially less time at 20 minutes and 10 minutes respectively, which is good. But wow, 40 minutes. At least it's pink. Anyway, next up, Lydia. I know she lives in a dungeon and has severely neglected the area outside of it, and so I wanted to show the absolute state of her garden. This links to Sylvie as well, since she absolutely adores gardening. I think that I'd like to develop this into its own animation one day, maybe next summer. Let me know if you'd be interested in that in the comments. Initially, it looked like this mess, so I had to make a new drawing to develop the idea, but I think it turned out okay. Finally, Evan's drawing. I have never made any drawings for Evan other than the loading screen animation, so for this I just made basic drawings rather than storytelling ones. Though they do have some story, I suppose. You'll notice it if you've watched the Designing My Character video. If not, it's linked in the description if you want to watch it. During the live stream, I made a drawing of the manor he works in and his bedroom. However, let's be honest, these look awful, so I completely redrew them, making this. I plan to treat these as sketches and to make them proper drawings at a later date. Until then, these drawings work just fine for what they need to do. The next part was one of the most fun parts of my character sheet process, the spin the wheel activity. I feel like a schoolchild saying that, but it was genuinely one of the more fun things in this process. We're doing this first. This is the fun thing. For this, I made up some scenarios and let the wheel decide what one the characters would be going through. That sounds trauma-inducing. I swear they were calm and wholesome, like being hungry or finding a dragon. I really hoped Sylvie would get find a dragon, but that went to Lydia. Find a dragon, please. No! To be honest, when making the options, I did have certain characters in mind, like owes money for Evan or hungry for Sylvie, so doing it as a spin the wheel activity probably wasn't ideal, but it was a fun idea. I really don't like the morning routine one though, as I feel it's too generic, especially since the fourth section literally has a box for their day-to-day life. If anyone has a better option, then let me know in the comments. Character sheets are good for understanding the characters in theory, but I wanted to understand their decision making and personalities in practice a bit better, so I came up with something a bit unconventional, making them into Sims. Obviously not sponsored, I just think that will help me see how they make decisions and a routine for them. I also wanted an excuse to play The Sims, so... But I really did learn a lot. For example, Sylvie can talk to plants, which absolutely fits her character. Evan also spends money like it is nobody's business, to the extent that almost any time money was spent, it would be him, and generally at least 50 simoleons. That man was expensive. I think he actually had the most expensive bedroom out of all of them, and my house was really plain. He also befriended Agnes Crumplebottom, or whatever her name is, despite being angry when they met, which suits his character considering he works with the elites of society. Small side note, that I had no idea you could adopt chicks, so I may or may not have spent as much time with the chicks as I did with each sim respectively. They were so cute, how could you blame me? To push this project forward, I'm going to focus on drawing my characters. Specifically, I hope to make at least 20 full drawings of my characters over the next 2 weeks. weeks, so wish me luck. I'll stream the process and do a draw with me for it, so subscribe to be notified when that happens. Between now and mid-August, I have another big project in the works, making my own website. I think to become an artist, this will be the next big step for me. I've been using Etsy, but it really has not worked for me. I'm super excited for this project, so I'll host a website launch sale, probably like 50% max, and I'll release some new products. It'll have kind of like blogs of my OC's day-to-day life. Ooh, or a mail club using those blogs as letters. Kind of like pen pals with my characters. I feel like that would be really cute. If you want to see how this website is made, I'll do it on a live stream and there'll be a full video, so subscribe to be notified when they release. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. It really does make a difference. And if you want to see more of my characters, obviously there'll be more detailed character information on the website, and I have a full video explaining how I design my characters on my YouTube channel. Wow, you made it this far? Time for shenanigans, also known as lies being revealed, for I did not spend about 70 minutes on my drawing. Instead, I spent about 2 hours, maybe more. I really need to speed up my process.